Alright, welcome back to another episode of Game Crafters, where today, well, we're not going to be doing too much of anything in terms of the map. Most of our stuff is going to be done within here, at least for the hour that we're going to be working on this. You'll see what we have planned in a minute, but before we begin, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Right, now then, what we're going to be doing, essentially, is getting a pop-up menu set. But before I do that, I'm going to get pretty much everything here that I need to get set up. So we're going to need to get all of this stuff. I'm pretty sure it's here, right? Yeah. Yeah, right here. All of this information right there. Which I guess in this instance isn't really information, but it's fine. I guess what I'm also going to do is just go on ahead and set up some regions preemptively just so I can get this a little bit more organized. Alright, good. Whoops. Now whether or not I'm going to have a whole lot more here, it all really depends. But I'll just leave this as is because it's basically just trying to look for the information. That's really all it needs to do. Is just grab all this information and yeah. So I guess the best way for me to try to explain this to you, this is a pop-up. When you complete a level and you have a certain information, hold on, info, or whatever the hell that one was called. What was that called again? Yeah, information setup, right. And when you complete a level, it will give you, of course, a little pop-up telling you what unlocked. So, for example, in the first level, you've got 3 things that will pop up. Being the player, the wall, and, of course, the finish block. And it will tell you go to the extras menu in order to gain access to the information you've unlocked. It also tells you there's an extras menu. Also, this might look like Mepsi. It ain't. It's Mootmeer, or milk beer, or root milk. However you want. It's basically root beer combined with milk, which is surprisingly good. It's good as Pepsi, but this one's more sweet. Yes, indeed. So yeah, that's what we're drinking, Mootmeer. We got Mepsi and Mootmeer. I don't know why that sounds funny. Okay, so what this is doing is getting all of that set up. There's going to be a hell of a lot more things that I gotta do here. But this is our first order of business. Yeah, this is gonna be a little tricky, to say the least. What are you doing, cat? Okay, so we got our information that we get from the blockology and whatnot. But there's going to be a lot more to this that I'm going to have to try to adjust. So I guess right now this is just getting the information set. So as soon as it starts and it does its little sequence thingy, blockology detection, which basically just... What are you doing? Really, cat? Where are you? What are you doing? The cat's just messing around with something back there, annoyingly enough. See if that will lure her out. How about this? There we go. What you doing, Moo? I got you. Look at this little sheep. What are you messing around with down there? No purple key. I know, Momo. You don't like being held still. Alright, where were we? Let's see here. So, I need to go over the blockology real quick. go over to information and remind myself exactly what I need to do. I don't think this is the information, unless... Yeah, no, this is just for all the, crying out loud, cat. Navigation. No, that's navigation. I think that, yeah, this is what we need. What are you doing? I should stop you from scratching that. At least for a bit. The less distractions, the better, cat. She'll cut the sheesh out. Alright, so yeah, this is just showing all the players' information. This is going to be a little, bit of, tricky bit. Really, cat? What are you doing? God dang it. How am I supposed to do shit when you're constantly trying to scratch the damn thing you're not supposed to scratch? Whatever. So this is detecting to see, I guess in this case it's equal to 1, because it can only go to 1. Since it's... I should have had like some kind of cheat sheet set up when I set all this up, but it's fine. We know that, well, I guess, no, it does have to be equal to. It can't be over or greater than or anything like that. So aside from that, I gotta get some stock setups. So I guess, pop-up stocks. Which isn't anything too special. Basically just a private and just called B stock. So there's not a whole lot for me to set up here. And what this is going to do is increase this by 1. It's going to do more than that, but I'm not entirely too sure how I'm going to have this set. So I guess what I could do for now is just try to get all the walls up, or all the other information up. Yeah, we got 1, 2... Oh, wait, hold on. Right, the info. 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, this is going to be a little tricky. Is it really that much? I thought there was more than that. Or unless I'm remembering something else. And then there's this wall info equal to 1. And this is where things are going to get a little tricky. Wait a minute. You just clonked your head on the desk, you fool. And we just do the same thing, but we change this to 3. Same thing, but change this to 5. Right? 1, 3, 5, 7. Right. And I could just get rid of this. All this is doing is just allowing for this to do its thing. I will go on ahead and copy all of that once I've gotten the information that I need, that I know I've gotten the information that I need. And hopefully that runs its sequence alongside getting the information here. Then there's the finish that has 2. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I basically did off camera, but I'm doing it here this time around. 'Cause why not? I would say the best way for me to go about doing that is probably like this, but I'm not sure. It'll be a hell of a lot quicker if I just got an entire setup here. But we're not doing that for some reason. I could just also take... I don't know about that one. I just take the finish and then I just do this. And we just go through all of this. So there's a key that has a few things. 3 things, but it's 2 key infos. I'll just go ahead and save these. And aside from that, there's the inverse key info. Alright, good, great. I realize this is going to be a pain in the ass to get set up, but it's fine. Well, yeah, actually, it would be easier if I just did everything in a very particular order now, wouldn't it? The locks have 2. Really, cat? So lock info. No. Capital L. I swear, it feels like this thing is just way too slow for me when I'm trying to type things in. Alright, so there's multiple enemy info. 1, 2, 3, and then there's the inverse. 4. Right. 4. That would mean that it's basically just going to be the wall, but it's going to have another thing here. Enemy info. We just copy that. Copy this. Inverse enemy info, assuming that that is right. And we make that one 1. Good, great. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, good. At least this will show me what I need to do exactly. And the crate's the one that has the most. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it has 2 separate infos right here. So I'll just grab this one. Change this to crate info. Question is which one? Inverse and mover. Got it. Inverse crate info. And, of course, mover crate info. Good, great, fantastic. Now let's go over to lava. That's 2. I guess while I'm doing this, let me explain the plan that I have throughout the course of this. So, whoops. I don't exactly know how... I mean, I have a map set, which I would show you it. Also, here's a little hint as... not hint. The thing that I was working on, but probably I'm not making a video on. I'm hoping to get this posted in this case yesterday. Whoops. Clonk the cat. It was like a light clonk, but it's still a clonk anyways, right? Meow meow. But yeah, I have, I'm going to have this set in a way where there is, where there is going to be a lot of paths to go down, and a lot of different ways to unlock all this information. I don't know how most of this is going to get unlocked. That's the thing. I don't know what's the maximum amount of unlocks we can have in one level. Because as soon as you complete a level, parts of an information gets unlocked. And it doesn't matter if it's, something you've already gotten. It'll be like Blockology Updated, which will showcase, unlock new information for water. And that's how that goes. Something like the ice and the poison is pretty simplistic, because you're going to come across that no matter what, so that basically takes that out of the information part. Right, cat? And there's 2 tar. But yeah, despite that, there's still a ton of different blocks that could possibly get more information unlocked. As far as I'm aware, because I only really came up with levels in the order that of which we're going in via this one, so far we've got a maximum of 3. But we don't know if there's going to be 4 or 5 or even a mythical 6. Because, again, I'll just bring the map up. Boop, boop, boo. Paint Maze map. This is the map. And while that loads, I'm going to go back to doing this. Where am I on right now? Tar? Right, tar. And then there's a 1, 2, 3 teleporter informations. Do I have a 3 in here? I do, but it's not the way you think. It's fine. I'll just bring this to 5. Teleporter info. I'll just dim a double check real quick. Alright, this should be done loading. So, the paths here are simplistic. You can go over to this way and continue down that path, or go here, or go there, or who knows what you can unlock here. Who knows, you might skip a whole bunch of vitally important blockology updates here that will then come across here in Radiation. You got like 5 or 6 or even 7. I highly doubt it's a 7. But there's several different ways to go about going into this game, like from here to here. Spoilers, I guess, if you care enough to know where things are going. Down the normal path, and then you split off to here to go down to this path, and then, to here and whatnot, or you can go down to here. You could skip this and go over to here, and then you can go over to here, and then just get right into here, skipping these 3 zones. So you might unlock even more information, potentially. I'm uncertain. And then you just go over to there, and boom. And there's also areas like this that aren't, like, indicative of, like, certain things, like, I think lasers, teleporters, shifters, and tar is located. Well, tar is on the main path, unless you skip it. But lasers, shifters, and all that kind of stuff, inverse even, will be located here, so it might unlock a lot more. It depends, really. That's what I'm not sure about just yet. And it's fine for now, but that's why we're getting all this set up. Until I get to a point where I can start making more levels, which is going to take a while because I haven't been getting any time to do anything. I wasted so much of my time playing Raft this week and sped run to Utopia. The idea here is to just complete that before, Markiplier and friends complete that, so I can, like, at least be surprised of what I am about to, like, get myself into. Like, I had an idea that there was a rhino shark in there, but I wasn't expecting it in the 3rd zone. And I don't know what else has after that, so that's more of a surprise. And, I'm just gonna hold off before I do anything in that department. Oh yeah, and there might be launchers in there too. I think I might make a series on that at some point, because I'm pretty sure from what the developers of Raft said, this is the last chapter. That was a launcher, right? They said that this was the last chapter. Which means that we can make a series of it. And a full, completed, finished 100% series. And you know me in creation. 1, 2, 3... 3 and nuke info. Yeah, because I don't know if you might get to nuke before then. I mean, you get the explosive information beforehand, but the question is, do you get the nukes later? Right? No mouse? You're just gonna look at me? Alright, well that's 4 information. Do I have a 4? I do have a 4. So I'm probably going to do a Raft series after the next season of Minecraft and Terraria is finished up. Explosive information. Which makes sense, because we got Tales of Berseria coming up next. Granted, that is an option. I could, like, delegate the 2, but I don't know if I want to do that. I could do, like, Tales of Berseria. Watch me make that mistake multiple times. On, like, a Tuesday and Raft on a Friday, but, thing is, I want to make sure that I go through Tales of Berseria quickly, and that's going to take months already as is. Because I want to play through that game and do all the side quests and do as much as I can. Because I kind of ran through that game. I skipped fighting most of the enemies and just focused more so on getting story information. We're not going to do that this time around. I know how the story goes, but now we just relax, grind, make our characters stronger, and we just enjoy our time. And do it in hard mode. Okay, something stupid happened. Right, radiation, and then radiation nuke. So it's 3 and standalone. So the keys info could work for that one. Whoops. And, yeah, I don't want to take too much time where it takes like an entire year just to get that done with. It might, who knows? But I'm doing 2 episodes a week, and 2-hour episodes, we should be able to get it done with. It's going to go in a similar fashion to Sonic Frontiers. And I also do want to come back to that game at some point as well. Play that in hard mode and beat the true final boss. When was this? Drop. And also make a much nicer thumbnail for it. I have something cute in mind. But we won't be worrying about that until a while. Oh yeah, movers are just one information. I thought there was like multiples, so that means as soon as you go into an area with a mover in it, that's basically it. Crates, drops, mover. Well, it depends, because I could just have it set to where the mover is set by itself, and then the crates come later. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. The first level going into that, if we're like introducing movers. And I already have 3 areas where movers will primarily reside. Whether or not they're going to reside in other areas is all really dependent on what I have planned. Inverse only has 1? I guess technically inverse is pretty simplistic, so it's like as soon as you go to an inverse level, it's immediately done. This is good, because the more I can get this set and done with, the better. The less I have to worry about in terms of how many things I gotta get set. False walls is also 1. Interesting. This one probably is 2, right? Yep, it's 2, but that one's not that bad. Granted, I don't remember what that last information was, so... Invisible wall info. Alright. And even after this is set, there's still a whole bunch of, well, we now gotta check to see which one of these informations is up. And we go on ahead and have that showcase itself next. Lasers. 1, 2, and 3. And we got, okay, so it's 3, it's 5 in total. So grab that. Make that 1. Laser info. God damn it. Laser info enemy? Was that what it was? Yeah. And laser info, can't recall. Explosive. Laser explosive info. I get the feeling that I probably just need to increase the stock here. Yeah, because this is, right now, all this is doing is just increasing the stock. Of everything. Gate. 1, 2, 3. And then inverse info. So it's 4. Basically similar to the explosive. Gate info. Oops. Inverse info. And then there's the clone, which is only 1, which is good. The more that have 1, the better. Clone info. We're getting close. Now there's a clinger, which only has 2. I can't recall what the clinger's second information was, but I guess that's fine. Clinger info. Alright. And then there's the creep, which is going to be a bit different. Different in the sense that it needs to be 5. Yeah, this one is way more complex. You don't need to know what it's like. You really don't. Just know that it's a bit different. I know what it looks like, you don't. And that's fine, because you don't need to know what it looks like. You don't need to know what all of that secret stuff is. It's secret for a reason. Alright, I'm gonna get myself a drink of my moot beer. Moot beer. It sucks that I can't combine orange soda with milk, but apparently there's an even better combination. Earlier last week, on a Saturday, I had a combination. I was at my cousin's house for dinner. I don't exactly remember the reason why we went there for dinner, but we did. I had a combination of orange soda and a little bit of vodka, and it tasted like orange cream soda with a tiny alcohol tinge in the back, you know, the usual tins or sins. I can't really say spice because it's not technically true. Oops, not technically true. It's like a bit of burn, but not like the kind of burn where it's like, I'm on fire burn. No, it's more like the kind of burn you get when you drink soda. But it's more different, because it's not carbonated either. It's hard to explain, really. What is that? It's not spice. It's not a carbonated burn. I don't know what it is. Alright, well this right here, all it does is just set up the stock, which allows for the thing to do its thing. And I can't quite recall. Event is always true no matter what. Then it does its start event sequence. This one's a little bit more different. I'm going to go ahead and set this down here in event sequence set up. Region event sequence set up. And region. There. At least now I get that set up. Well, I guess technically speaking, you should be up here. Wait, hold on a second. Where the hell? Ah, yes, find player. Oh god, no. Don't destroy the whole thing, damn it. I'm going to go on ahead and just have the find player here and have that be a part of this. Like that. I'll even just have this be just a contain. Wait a minute, you fool. You not be capitalized. Why do I have that set to not be capitalized outside of this? I don't know. I really don't know. But I do. I do, that's for certain. I don't know why that's saying that's not in use when clearly it's in use. Increasing it by 1. B stock. I wish I knew what that is. I don't know what you're talking about, but I guess it ain't matter. Alright, so I gotta go to the event sequence real quick. Okay, so, this one's gonna be tricky. If B stock is greater than 0, there's a few other things that I gotta do. If it's not greater than 0, i.e. it's equal to 0. Well, there's a few other things here, but I'll just add those in later. This is the thing that gets added in and dealt with after things have been finished. Well, I should technically do this. Have that here first, run its course, and then do this. It'll go on ahead and make event equal false and player activation equals true, allowing the player to move. And that would basically be it. Yeah, I think I can just run the event sequence multiple times as soon as I make B stock go back to 0. I'll set up all the other stuff later. Alright, so as soon as it detects that this is over 0, it'll then go on ahead and start another coroutine. I don't know what I want to call this one. Whoops. I'll call it stock, or block stock 1. Yeah, that'll work. And this is where things are going to get a lot more complicated. Matter of fact, we're nowhere near done yet, because now I gotta get the rest of the game objects set. I think I'm probably gonna rename this, though. UI objects. And I'll just go on ahead and just have another one here for UI objects. This is basically just the UI allowing all that stuff to do its thing. Let's just do blockology objects. Yeah, that'll work. No blockology, no capitalize objects. I'll move this a little bit. And of course, end region. Public game object. Well, I guess first of all, blockology popup. That's the pop-up set. Let's see. Stock point 1. And what this is going to do is allow for this to move around in the blockology department. I'm probably going to test something here once we've gotten this done with. But like I said, I'm going to have 6 as the maximum. It's unlikely that we're going to have more than that. I really hope... I mean, if there is a potential for there to be a 7th, I will add one. Hell, if there doesn't even need to be a 6 or even a 5 for that matter, I could just remove the code here and save up on a tiny bit of space. Yeah. I'd say that works. Alright, well there's that at least. But now there's the player mark. Yeah. Or we could call it player block instead. Because technically it doesn't really matter what it's called. I'll just do that. Wall. Finish. I'm going to try to go in order, but don't count me to get this right. Key? I'm just going to open this and look at my goddamn thing here, because this is better. I guess technically it doesn't need to have anything there in that. Inverse key, it's basically just showing you all of the things there. Key information unlocked, basically. You don't need to know. Crate. Now this one's slightly different. Doesn't matter if there's different information for like inverse-based stuff. It's still going to show as is. Which I feel like it's better that way. Because obviously it would be weird to just see some random thing and like, what the hell is this? Inverse key? Whereas it says key, you'd be like, oh, I wonder what this is. And then you see the inverse key next to that when you go to the extras menu. Though, granted, I don't know if people are actually going to be motivated to go into the extras menu. But maybe they'll be more motivated to go into it when they see their stats and like, man, I wonder how many times I've died, or how many times I've done... How many steps did I take? Surely I must have taken like a dozen steps, right? They say as they look into their thing and see that they have over 1 million steps. Alright, they say, as they just go back and continue with the game, because the extras is basically just little tidbits that you can look into. You don't need to look at it, because most of everything is kind of self-explanatory, except for radiation. I guess something like radiation is something you'd have to go and look into, but I feel like if you just like take the time and like learn how the hell this thing works, like how you are taking damage, or how you what this thing is and whatnot. There we go, invisible wall. How the hell does this green block work that's constantly dropping my what you call it, or increasing my strange green meter and giving me this poorly executed radiation sound? I mean, I'm gonna try to make the sound effects up my own. What do you call it? I don't know how to get the Geiger sound, but it's fine. Alright. How many is that? I'm doing math here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 blocks. It's strange how we have 27 blocks in what should technically be a really simplistic game, but that's fine. So we got everything we need in that department, at least. Which is good. I might try to get this set up at some point, but we'll worry about that later. Nope. Numerator. Also, I don't know why this is called an IE numerator and not just called a coroutine. I don't know the technical reasons behind it, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Alright, move mirror. Alright, so don't worry about getting that set up later. So. But once this does, what this does is go through like a half a second. Although I'm curious if I should have that changed slightly. Well, it depends. Maybe we'll have a sequence here where it's like, well, if map stock or M stock or ML stock is greater than 0, then go on ahead and just do like a quick 0.5 second, what do you call it? This is where the Q button comes into play, but that's not going to matter just yet. How long are we recording? 37 minutes, jeez. Alright, let's see. So, if player info is equal to 1. And this is essentially just like moving everything where it needs to be immediately. So I guess we just run through the... Well, it depends. Start the coroutine of that. And then... depends on how fast this is. Blockology popup dot set active. True? No. Try. I didn't know try was a thing. I wonder what try does. Alright, here's where things are going to get a little tricky. I guess technically, couldn't I just go on ahead and just make this easier on my... Actually, yeah, what the hell am I doing? Hold on, where is it? I'll go over here. I'll grab all of this. Wait a minute. There is technically one thing about this in particular type of information here that I just remembered. I gotta try to remember what the hell this was supposed to be. I forgot how I wanted to have this set. Yeah, wait, hold on. there is actually 2 here. My bad. I forgot there is actually 2 here. But that's primarily because it's supposed to showcase the information in a very unique instance when you get to the thing that unlocks that particular information. But like I said, it doesn't really matter that much right now. Although now here comes the annoying part of just deleting all of this. I'll have to do it as enters so that I can get through this quickly. It's a bit of a pain to try to get this exactly where it needs to be. You know what I mean? And I don't know if there's a better way to do it. You know, all this setup. But it's fine. We don't need to worry about that. This is a simplistic game, yet for some reason we're making it so goddamn complex in the way most of this works. This doesn't really need any, whatchamacallits here. I don't know if yield return null would do anything. Oh, and this is where the else if comes into play. Right, of course. You're really trying to tell me you won't do this? Okay. So it runs this particular command, and it keeps going and going until it moves everything where it needs to move. Yeah, there's also the stock point setup, but that's fine. We'll worry about that part later. Yeah, this one's pretty important too, because it detects to see if this is what it needs to be, which this is the case. And then it keeps going down and down until it gets to a point where it can't go any further. For instance, you know, in the second one, this will go away and that will take its place. In the third one, this will go away and then this will take its place first. So on and so forth. And now here's the part that's going to be a little bit annoying. But block.transform.position equals stock.1 dot transform dot position. And essentially what this would do is once it detects to see how many you know, of this is set up, because it just runs through its little sequence at the start, then it'll go on ahead and activate a, you know, well, this one's a little bit tricky. What is it? Stock point position. And this is something we can use for all of them. And just end region. Stock point. I should have said positions, but it's fine. So stock point. Well, wait, no. If b stock is equal to 1. And this is where things are going to get a little tricky. Stock.1.transform.position. What was this again? I gotta remember what this was exactly. Get. Well, let me just remind myself. Is that it, or is it something else? I don't think it's transform.position. I think it's basically just transform, right? It's been a while. I don't remember. I'll have to look this up later. But right now I'm just getting... Whoops. I'm going to set up the ones that I at least know. But we have an idea on what we need to do here. It's just been a while since I've messed around with that. It might just be vector position. I could try that, actually. Stock.1.vect... No. I'm going to have to remind myself how to do that. That's been a while. But this one's pretty simplistic. Go on ahead and run this sequence. And after it runs its sequence and determines where everything needs to go, once it does that, Keeps going and going, and then it will just go down and run its later sequence that allows everything to move where it needs to move to. Oh, and of course, actually, this one's going to be a little tricky. Wait, what was it again? Data.blockology info. Yeah, no, this one's the tricky part. Plus equals... Actually, let's make this easier on me. I'm going to go up here. I'll hide that for now. It would be in start. Right, so right now that's just taking the 2 percentages there, so it would bring that up to 1. And that's how that's going to work. Brings its data point up to 1, and then of course moves that into position where it needs to be moved to. And I think that's it. Move the thing into position and then bring up the information by however much it needs to be brought up. So in this department, because of the fact that this is, the second digit, that's not the number. That's not even a number. Because this is the second digit, that goes up by 10 in its place. And this is where things are going to start to get a little bit tricky. I'm just going to do this so that's easier. So then there's the key info. Well, this one is different, actually. Yeah, this one is slightly different. Okay, hold on. How the hell do I want to do this? I mean, yeah, there's 2 different types of it. I could just quickly move over to... Yeah, I know, it doesn't matter. I don't need to worry about this setup. Just take me over to the zone. Into... Nope, wait, where is it again? Not the main menu. Take me there. Where the hell am I? Jesus, let go of everything before everything crashes. Am I in position? I think I am. There we go. Okay, good, great. I don't think most of this is going to matter. Actually, in case I somehow don't get to finishing this today, yield return null. For now, at least. That way this doesn't just stay down here. Remind me, what exactly is it that I'm looking for here? Information. Key information. Yeah, basic information. Then there's the inverse. But then there's the clone version. Inverse is by itself because you might come across the clone first somehow, depending on how the hell you take most of this. Whoopsie. Wrong one. There we go. Come on. There. So does that mean this doesn't matter too much? Well, I guess it... No, it does kind of matter. Because this is all key information, so... Because of the fact that this one is slightly different and has more to it, we'll basically just take what we have going here. So if either of this is, that, let's just be on the safe side, and we'll just run this like so. So on the off chance that there is a potential for you to come across the clone and the inverse at the same time, at least this way it'll increase it both no matter what. Be like, oh hey, one of these one or more. Wait, I'm an idiot. It's not supposed to be and, it's supposed to be or. You fucking. It's fine. It's fine. Well, no, technically it's not fine because now it's a pain in the ass. That's the wrong one. Cool, great, thanks. Thanks, Brian. I knew I could count on you to fuck it up somehow. God damn it. It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. I'll do this. Whatever. I just don't understand how the hell my brain works half the fucking times. It baffles me. It baffles everyone around me, and it baffles me. Even more. I just don't get it. Why can't you just work? You knew that it needed to be or, not and now you just can't help yourself but to try to replace the equal to. Why? Why must I deal with this nonsense? Gah. It's fine. It's not a whole lot. At the very least. Now I gotta go all the way over to the top here and make sure this is all what it needs to be. None of that really has anything like that, so we shouldn't have to worry about anything there, but who the hell knows? That's the zoom function, you fool. Where the fuck am I going? Here I am, the start function. Alright, gotta go through all of this now. Wasting more of my time because I just can't seem to get it right the first time. Well, I don't understand why it's like this. Why the hell am I like this? Who the hell knows? I stumble into perfection, but I have to go through a whole bunch of imperfections before I get to the result that I'm trying to get to, essentially. It's annoying. I wish I can get it right the first time so I don't have to just go through and fix my stupidity, but brain doesn't want to work apparently, so yeah. Alright. Hopefully I got everything there. Seems like everything is fine. That's the or. That means it's detecting to see which one it's active. Okay, good. So this detects to see if either of these are active. If it is, if both of them are active at once, then it'll go on ahead and do this. And that's essentially it. Alright, good, great. Fantastic. Well, at least I know that this is pretty simplistic and I don't really need to look back at it too much. Until we get to, like, this one, which has a lot more information. Wait, hold on. Let's make this easier on ourselves, shall we? Enemy block. And essentially, you're just going to take all of this in here and put it here. And do the same thing here with you. So now that is 6 digits, and you are 7 digits. Also, let me just remind myself, it ends at shifter, then it goes back to a different blockology. Let me just make sure. 5 digits, 6 digits, 7 digits. There's no easy way to tell here because this one is slightly different. Well, that's 2 digits, 3 digits, 4 digits. Yeah, that's like the percentage there. Nothing there being a digit. I mean, I guess technically if you really wanted to go at it, you could just have this divided by 1 and it would still probably give you what you'd need. And then you'd know that that's 1 digit. Either way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 enemy info, and 8. I guess technically 6 digit, 0, 7 digit of that. Alright, yeah, good, great. Glad we came to an understanding. Yeah, let's move over to crate now. all of this. Wait a minute, there's actually more here. Is it really 3 different variables? Yeah, it is. It is 3 different variables to increase here. Well, that's 1 here. That's 2 here. You know us. Nope. Trying to get all these goddamn digits in. I'll just go on ahead, get that set. These were already long, right? Yeah, I don't see why else they wouldn't be because of the way that would set. They gotta be long, not int. Int's such a puny amount. Long is what we need. Alright, so there's the mover info, so that's... Oof, man, that's a big number. It's getting more and more difficult to try to keep track of how many digits we have here. But it should be the 10th one if this is 7. Well, 11th, technically speaking. If this is 8, then that's 11. Good. Simplicity. And I'm just gonna go on ahead, copy this. Did I just call that lave? Of course I did. Of course I called it lave. Hey everyone, we're all gonna get lave! Everyone just stares in confusion while somebody struggles not to take a gun out and shoot Peter in the head. Alright. That's a lot of zeros. I do kind of like this because it makes sense, right? Just increase like only that 1 digit and you get what you need. This runs its little sequence once and never again. Did I increase that? Well, we'll see if we increase that by too much if this ends up being 1 too many. This one right here, not the other one. Shifter. Yeah, right? Okay, there it is. Yeah, I think I gave myself like 1 extra space just in case. Unless I missed a digit. That's a possibility. Will you tell me where the digits are, or is there just nothing here to show me? No? Nothing? I mean, I guess I just have to trust that I got this right. Actually, yeah, if this is set up like this, then it's pretty simplistic to tell if you got it right. Alright, good, great. So now, we go to this, go to 1. Basically, now we're just starting an entire section over again. And then we put in our launcher information. This entire episode has just been coding. This would be the kind of stuff I do off camera, but I have like nothing else left to do and I gotta get like music done with. Who knows, maybe I might do most of this off camera if I somehow can get myself enough time. Because I have a lot of things that I gotta catch up. A lot of things I gotta catch up on and not a whole lot of time or space or whatnot. Alright, well, I'll at least get us this info right away. Alright, good, great, fantastic. At the very least, you get to see how I've done most of the blockology stuff. Or all that stuff. Because it really didn't feel like having to sit through talking through this. And I still kind of don't really feel like doing that. But I gotta get a video out. So this is what we're doing. No, you fool. Radiation block. Alright, that's 3. How much time? Yep, it's almost been an hour. Wait a minute. This is an issue, as you can As you can clearly see, this is going to be like this. Radiation block. Okay, then that basically just goes up by that. And that. And we just take all of this. And this. And then that. Technically, I could have just taken this here, but no, whatever. I did what I did. Not much I can really do about that. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's probably yep, there's still the laser that has some stuff here. So 6. Drop. I don't think there's anything else here that I have to worry about. The only other thing that I would have to change throughout the course of setting up all the other things is this from 1 to a 2. But technically, I could just double-click that and move that the way I need to move it, but it's fine. Alright, now we've got the inverse block at another 0. And we've got the false wall block at another 0. What the hell? Okay, that was weird. I don't know why that did that, but I guess it doesn't matter. Now we've got the invisible wall block. And now here's where we need to do all of this nonsense. Again. Oh, by 2. That's great. Alright, I'm just going to get these in first, and then I'm going to get the rest of these in. And then I'll just copy the number up there instead of trying to count that, because it's a hell of a lot easier if I just copy the number that I need to copy, you know? Okay, good, great, copy, boom. Copy, boom. Copy, boom. Good. That takes care of that. Wait, I gotta do this again. And that should hopefully be the last time I need to do that. Hopefully. Yeah, that just grabs the whole line. I was wondering, would that make that a little bit easier? But no, it doesn't. Matter of fact, it just makes things a little bit more annoying. Okay. Good. Great. Fantastic. Now for the clone. Clone. Grab this number and just put this at the end and just grab both of these. Okay, I thought something screwed up, but it's fine. Everything is fine. And we got the clinger. Oh, yeah, this one. I guess technically speaking, this can only unlock in a very particular instance, so it doesn't matter. There's no potential chance for you to get to this and this at the same time. So yeah, this one's fine too. What's this again? Clinger, got it. Just need to make sure that I was exact. Well, that's great and all. Well, I did all that and we're over an hour. But is there anything more that I can do? All this is doing right now is just moving these things over to a position where, you know, it changes every, you know, depending on how many stocks there are. So first, second, you'll see at some other point in time. What you yawning at? I think what I'm going to do is set up a region here and call it, it depends. I don't know. Do I want a region? It's not like there's too much here. It just means that scrolling down all the way over to this thing is going to be a pain in the ass. Any adjustments that I need to make is going to be a pain in the ass. So yeah, maybe I will just put up a region. Just so I can get to the bottom portion with ease. I'll call it block stock 1. This will at least make it easier to grab all of this and move this over if I need to do so. But everything here should be fine. It just adjusts the blockology info. And it will always be odd as soon as you complete the level. And then there's this, which, honestly, I have no clue how the hell this is going to work. Well, that's fine. I guess what I'm going to do then is check to see if B's stock is equal to or greater than it would be 1, right? Wait, what? Is it greater than or equal to 1? Right. Isn't it equal to or greater than? Greater than or equal to? I don't remember. It's fine now. If B stock is greater than or equal to 1, or would it be 2? Hold on. Yeah, you're just checking to see if this is greater than 0, i.e., 1 or above. In this case, then you would be greater than or equal to 2. And that would just set up, a start coroutine and block stock 2. Honestly, this part's actually pretty simplistic enough. Assuming yield return null doesn't do anything stupid like null. Forgot what null does. Because what this does is immediately runs its course, check to see what, does its sequence, moves over to this thing over here, which then resets it. I'll just combine this. And check to see if that's like that. And this is just basically getting all the numbers set. So I can get this set up pretty quickly. Go figure. Go figure. But this is easy enough. Tell me... wait, actually, I could probably just hide you now, don't I? Yeah, I just gotta, change this to 2. Change this to 2 as well, just because. But now we remove all of this stuff because there's no potential chance for the player to get in the way. And the wall does its thing. Hide the region. This runs its course. If I need to change that, I'll change it. But at the meantime, I think we'll be fine, I hope. Just trying to see if there's anything else I need to adjust. I don't think there's anything else that I need to adjust, but you may never know. We're running this sequence first. And that's where we get rid of the wall, because no matter what... it has to run it here at least once in the first area. And the finish has to run it here at least once as well. Meow. Meow. I don't think it would run it again in the second one, but like I said, this is just set up here as a means of just making sure everything runs where it needs to run. So block stock 3, that's set up. And that's 4. Let's just grab all of this. Same old, same old. What you doing, Cadillac? What you doing? That's not 5, that's 6, you fool. B stock 5, B stock 5. Let's see. Meow. I know, Moo. And now we've got 4 in place. That's not what I want. So there's 4, and that's where the key comes into play. And like I said, this is just here for precautions. If I can figure out where exactly all of this ends, then we don't need to worry about that too much. But right now, I'm just setting this up, and once we know where we need to end up, and we'll know. It's unlikely that we'll reach this high, but I just want to make sure that we have the option for it to go to 6 if it needs to go to 6. If it doesn't need to go to 6, then we don't need to have it go to 6. It's as simple as that, really. And then the last one over here, 6. And that's where that ends. Wait, I forgot to remove something from here, I believe, right? I'm pretty sure I forgot to remove something from here. Hold on. Right. It's the keys that I gotta remove now. Then it goes over to lock. Right? Yeah. Because the key is here. Wait. No, you fool. Hold on. Finish is removed. Then we move over to key. That's fine. Then we move over to block 5, which then removes the key from here. What the hell? There was another key. Well, of course there was another key there. Then we go over to lock. Then we move over to block 6. Whoops. Which then removes these two. And now there's the enemy. Like I said, it's unlikely that this is going to be the case here. Might be something more so down there, but for now it's just set up like this just so we have that where it needs to be. It runs all of that, and that's pretty much it. And there's still so much here that I haven't gotten done with, but I don't really have the time to be messing around with it, so I'd say now is as good a time as any to wrap things up for this episode. A small amount of coding, but you know what? That's fine. We'll get done with this bit by bit, and hopefully I'll get done with all the other things that I need to get done with bit by bit as well. So with that being said, thank you all for watching today's episode of Game Crafters. All we did really was just a bunch of coding. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, today's episode of Game Crafters right over here, and the most recent episode of Minecraft ROTC Edition right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Later.